It's unusual for a country to completely change its security strategy, and even more unusual for it to do so without raising an eyebrow. Well, that's exactly what's happening in Japan right now. In just a month, Japan has totally revamped its post-World War II security posture, and nobody seems to be protesting. So what exactly is Japan preparing for? And how can this affect the world today? Welcome to Around the World, and today we are looking at the real reason Japan is preparing for war. Throughout history, the world has witnessed a number of transformative events that have altered the course of geopolitical power dynamics. From the fall of the Berlin Wall to the 9/11 attacks, these pivotal moments have often been unexpected and far-reaching in their impact. Now it seems that another shift is underway, one that has the potential to reshape the geopolitical landscape in profound ways. This is none other than Japan's return as a major player on the world stage. In a span of just 1 month, from December 2022 to January 2023, Japan has undergone a significant shift in its post-World War II security posture. This transformation was set in motion by the Fumio Kishida administration, which released 3 strategic documents that represent a fundamental departure from Japan's traditional defense practices. The new National Security Strategy, National Defense Strategy, and Defense Buildup Plan signal Japan's willingness to take a more proactive role in shaping global politics and to become a more robust and forward-leaning actor. Undoubtedly, one of the most consequential changes taking place in Japan is its intention to significantly increase defense spending by almost 60% over a 5-year period, which marks a momentous departure from an informal budgetary cap that has been in effect since the 1970s. This move alone could have far-reaching implications for Japan's global role, as it demonstrates a willingness to adopt a new strategic posture that is commensurate with its regional interests, economic might, and geopolitical position. However, Japan's new strategic thinking goes beyond simply ramping up its defense budget. The country is also signaling its readiness to take decisive action in line with its strategic priorities, as evidenced by a recent visit to Washington, during which Prime Minister Kishida and his foreign and defense ministers held talks with their U.S. counterparts. In a joint statement with President Joe Biden, Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin, and Secretary of State Antony Blinken, Japan's newly assertive stance was clearly evident. Rather than contenting itself with a defensive role in the region, Japan now seeks to play a leading role in shaping the geopolitical landscape. This marks a significant shift in Japan's approach to global affairs and highlights the country's determination to become a major player on the world stage. The resurgence of Japan as a prominent player in global politics is a momentous development that must not be underestimated. Its potential to reshape the balance of power in the region and the trajectory of history in ways that are yet to be fully comprehended cannot be overstated. As we step into a new era of geopolitics, it is evident that the tides are turning once again, and Japan is at the forefront of this monumental shift. Japan's military expansion is not limited to just acquiring advanced weaponry. It also encompasses the acquisition of counter-strike missiles, which are precision-guided munitions aimed at deterring potential adversaries from attacking. This marks a significant departure from Japan's traditionally defensive approach. In addition to this, Japan is establishing a permanent joint operational headquarters, transferring control over the Japan Coast Guard to the Ministry of Defense in times of conflict, strengthening its cyber defense, and committing to expanding its intelligence capabilities. These measures signal Japan's steadfast commitment to bolstering its military might and national security. As a result, Japan's newfound assertiveness on the global stage is likely to have far-reaching implications. It is now up to us to anticipate the consequences of Japan's rise and navigate this evolving geopolitical landscape with prudence and foresight. Japan's evolution in its approach to security marks a significant shift from its previous focus on defending its own islands. With a broader perspective, Japan now recognizes the importance of a free and open Indo-Pacific, which is critical to its survival as an island nation. As such, Japan has extended its interests to encompass a range of regions, including the South and East China Seas, the Pacific Islands, the Taiwan Strait, and even Europe. Through strategic partnerships with like-minded nations, Japan seeks to safeguard free and open seas. This change in Japan's security posture will transform it into a more active participant in global security affairs. Instead of relying solely on the United States for protection, Japan could become a potential security provider in its own right. The implications of this shift could be far-reaching, affecting both the region and the world at large. With Japan playing an expanded role in global security affairs, the geopolitical landscape will inevitably undergo changes, and the world will need to adapt to this new reality. To provide context, let us take a stroll down memory lane. Decades ago, when the United States and Japan were revising their security agreement, demonstrations and protests took place on the streets. Similarly, in 2015, when the Shinzo Abe administration passed security laws that expanded Japan's ability to use force, there were widespread protests throughout Tokyo. However, the situation today is vastly different. Japan's Prime Minister Fumio Kishida has released new strategic documents that propose significant changes to Japan's security posture, including a 60% increase in defense spending, the establishment of a permanent joint operational headquarters, and the acquisition of counterstrike missiles. Astonishingly, these proposals have not sparked panic or outrage. Instead, the Japanese people appear to be supportive, with the debate shifting towards the funding of these measures. Moreover, Japan's actions have not caused much concern or condemnation in the region. Even South Korea's president has acknowledged that Japan's actions are understandable given the threat posed by North Korea. While China has voiced its displeasure, accusing Tokyo of provoking regional tension and confrontation, it appears that Japan is receiving widespread support for its efforts to enhance its global security role. While not everyone may be in complete agreement, it seems that Japan is moving forward with a great deal of backing and momentum. It will be exciting to see how these changes shape Japan's position in the global security landscape. So, what's going on in Japan? The country is unveiling a new national security strategy, national defense strategy, and defense buildup plan. In the next 5 years, they're ramping up defense spending by almost 60%, creating a permanent joint operational headquarters and bolstering their cyber defense and intelligence capabilities. But perhaps most excitingly, Japan is expanding its security interests beyond its borders, setting its sights on the South and East China Seas, the Pacific Islands, and even Europe. So, essentially, Japan is going global. And the best part? It seems like everyone is on board. The Kishida administration has struck gold with an issue that has garnered such widespread support that they're essentially pushing on an open door. It's as though everyone was just waiting for Japan to take the initiative and step up as a proactive player in global security affairs. Who knows? Perhaps in a few years, we'll be talking about Japan as a major security provider rather than just a beneficiary of security from others. Japan's new security posture is bold and ambitious, but questions remain about how it will be put into action. Can Japan repair its relationship with South Korea and work together on defense issues? How will Japan increase its influence in international bodies and regions like Southeast Asia and Europe? Japan's plans to defend Taiwan and support smaller states in Southeast Asia against China are admirable, but will they be able to match their lofty goals with military capabilities? These critical questions will need to be answered as Japan embarks on this new chapter in its security policy. Nevertheless, Japan's actions are already having a major impact on the region and beyond, making it an exciting time to see how everything plays out. But what do you think? Is the future bright for the Japanese, or is this the basis for a future escalation? Let us know in the comment section below, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you liked the video. While you're here, why not check out this video? Until next time, bye.